This is how you properly wash a car. And we're gonna start everything off by doing wheels first. All right, so we start wheels first because this is the closest thing to the floor and it's the dirtiest part of the vehicle. As you can see, it's a ton of brake dust. So this is gonna be great before and after. What I like to use is CleanTech breaker and knockout. Breaker right here. For maintenance, you could use it for tires and the wheels, and also because we're out of knockout right now. But if your tires are really bad, we also use Stoner's Tarminator because it's a tar remover and it strips off everything. You literally just spray it on, let it sit for a minute, and then rinse it off. You won't even have to scrub it, but if you scrub it, it'll do better. But yeah, we're gonna start off by rinsing off the wheel because he was just driving it. Gotta cool it down. So first, you want to start with a cool wheel. So spray on the cleaner, and then if you can grab the foam cannon. With any wheel or tire cleaner that you're using, if you don't use this, whatever, this is the best for us. It really breaks down all the brake dust. But you always want to start off with a cool wheel because you could end up staining the wheel no matter what cleaner you're using, brake buster, any other bullshit cleaner. So we're gonna cool it down, and then we'll start cleaning the wheels. So they're nice and cool. Spray on our wheel cleaner, let it sit for a minute. So I'm gonna explain to you while we're letting it sit. We got our wheel barrel brush to get the brake dust that's collected up inside. It's the Easy Detail brush. We have the fender well brush to get all the shit inside here, the fender well, the tire brush, and the wheel face brush to get obviously the wheel faces. So you start like anything else, top down. If you use the right cleaner, like the one I suggested, you let it sit for a minute and lightly scrub it. Once you rinse it off, everything comes off. But just to make sure we get everything, we still scrub it. But if your wheels are not dirty at all, you can just spray it on, let it sit for a minute and rinse it off and your wheels will be clean. Now all these brushes are not like mandatory, but it just makes the job a lot easier. You'll buy them once and you won't have to buy them ever again. We have to re-buy them because we use them so often and they slowly break down because we do so many cars. But you buy one of these, it's 30 bucks. If you're just doing your car, you're like a DIYer or you just like to wash your car, then this thing's gonna last you a lifetime. And same with the other brushes. You'll probably spend like what, 50, 60 bucks on everything. You don't really need this one. You could just use this, spray it, pressure wash it, and then you can do the wheel wells. All right, so that's a clean wheel. Let's rinse it off. So now while my cousin does the other wheels, I'm gonna foam it up so that we can get the debris, dirt, bug guts, whatever, loosened up before we go in and actually touch the paint. So this is what we call a pre-wash. This is what we use right here. You want to dilute it 10-to-1. I kind of just guesstimate. It's the Tolco sprayer, and then we just spray it all over the paint. You can use a pump sprayer too, that's way easier. So now what I'm going to do is pre-treat the entire vehicle with the solution, and this will help loosen up all the dirt before we actually go in and touch it so that we're not scratching the paint. And just spray it generously. Now, I'm going to foam it up. It's a MJ JC foam cannon. The solution's all over the paint. It's breaking down all the dirt and loosening it up. But this is what really pulls it off. I'm gonna put it into a more watery of a setting. This is the aeration. So if you put it all the way, it makes it super foamy. I'm gonna put it a lot more watery so that it drips down off the paint. Now that it's foamed up, we let it sit for about 3 minutes. Not only is the solution breaking down all of the dirt and making it so that the foam will actually pick it up, but the foam is creating a layer in between the actual paint and the dirt. So once we rinse it, we're not blasting this high pressure water and potentially scratching the paint as well. Spray it on, let it sit for a little bit, and then rinse it. Another great thing about the solution, it kind of works as a bug remover as well. So instead of having to have a bunch of different products that you need to spray on the paint, whatever, you could just use solution straight up, like the same thing. Spray it all over the grill if you have a lot of bugs, and that'll help loosen it up too. So now we've done the pre-rinse, and there's a very, very minimal amount of dirt, little droppings, bird poop maybe, a little bit of bugs, that we now go over it again with your car shampoo, pH balance, whatever you like. I use PNS Pearl. It's cheap, effective. I don't like all their products, but this one's one of the good ones. So now we're doing the actual contact wash. We still haven't touched the paint at all yet. Now we're going to. Oh yeah, and then you can put it back on foamy. Extra foam. Now, you grab a clean towel, wash towel, as long as it's not fucking dirty and you don't have anything that's gonna scratch the paint. You have now 8 sides to a towel, because you fold it in half, you have this side, and then if you fold it inside out, the other 2 sides. So fold it into fourths. You have 1, 2, flip it, another 1, 2, and then flip it inside out, and you have another 4 sides. Instead of using a wash mitt, it's kind of waste time, and I don't know. You can use a wash mitt as well, but whatever. And then you just work from top to bottom, working in straight lines. This half of the hood, I would consider one panel. After you use one panel, I go to the glass on the same dirty side, because you're not gonna scratch the glass. Pick up the wiper, wipe underneath. So now that's one side used. I did the whole half of the hood, the front windshield, and now I'm gonna flip it to a clean side and do the whole top and the back glass. Top to bottom. And you can even do the back too. Now, you do the whole top, you do the whole back glass. Let's not waste the side. Let's do this part too, because it's not that dirty and you're not gonna scratch the glass again. And then we flip it like that to the other side. Now we have a clean side. And then we start right here, hit the door, straight lines, top to bottom. And then right here is where I stop. That's one panel. We stop right here because this is the dirtiest part of the vehicle. We do this part last, because if you bring this dirt up to the top, that's where you're gonna start scratching your paint. So this was one panel. I'm gonna flip it, new panel. And then we stop before we hit the bottom. Now, flip it inside out, clean side, do a new panel. Top to bottom, straight lines, and then we stop. Before we get all the way to the bottom, this is where we got to the bottom, a little bit of dirt. You see this on your thing? That's another indicator of when you need to flip it to a clean side. Fenders, I consider them their own panels. Boom. We still have 2 more sides of this towel, because he's been working on the other side. You probably need to use like 2 towels if you're by yourself. Now we can do the bottom, because we're not gonna be touching anything else besides this part. We can hit in here, the bottom right here, flip it. It's dirty, there's still paint over here. Even though this is dirty, we don't want all this dirt that we just got from the bottom scratching up right here. Flip it to the clean side, like a new panel, hit the bottom. And then hit the back. You already did the back? Yeah. So he already did the back and everything else. Now, you did a complete swirl-free wash. Another thing I forgot to mention, we're doing it at sunset because heat is not your friend. Just like I said with the wheels, you want to make sure that it's nice and cool. And if we were in the sun right now, I wouldn't be able to talk to you explaining all this, because it would just be drying up on the paint. That's not good. So heat is not your friend, remember that. Good. So for extra clarification, you wash your car at sunset, because when you're working in the heat, you're just working against yourself. You want to be able to wash your car and enjoy the process. Whether you're a detailer or you're someone that just wants to wash their car on the weekend and wants to just do it right and know how to do it correctly, you're going to want to do it and like it. So that's one of the things that we have to battle as mobile detailers, is the heat. And we learn, like, by working in sections, doing half the car first, doing the other half second, especially on bigger trucks. But if you're watching this and you're just trying to learn how to actually just wash your car the right way, then my recommendation is always wash it in either shade or at sunset or sunrise, and you will have no issues whatsoever. Because when we're polishing, when we're cleaning the interior, when we're wiping down glass, when we're doing anything, heat is always the only thing that messes up any of the process. If you get too hot on the paint, you burn through the clear coat. If your windows are too hot, then you're gonna have streaks all over your windows. If your paint is too hot and you're trying to dry it, or you're trying to wash it, you're gonna leave streaks all over the paint. If your wheels are too hot and you're trying to clean them, you're gonna stain them and you're gonna end up damaging your wheels. So again, I just wanna emphasize that heat is not your friend when it comes to detailing. Keep everything nice and cool. It's as simple as that. Okay, now we did the wheels, we did the paint. Now it's wet, it needs to be dried. You can either dry it or add protection or clay bar it, whatever, iron decon, whatever step you're doing, this is where we do it. Right now we're just doing the wash, the swirl-free wash. So we're gonna use this blower, the blow edge, to dry the vehicle because a drying towel can scratch the paint. And that's the exact reason why we ceramic coated it, so we could dry it with air. We wanna touch the paint as little as possible because if you're touching the paint, it's a possibility that you're scratching it. It's that simple. Oh, and if you don't have this and you don't have protection on your paint, then you're kind of fucked. I mean, you can use a regular drying towel, but you're probably gonna scratch it a little bit, especially if you have black paint. You're probably gonna scratch it a little bit. That's the only thing about the drying aid though, it's gonna clog up their towel. So this is why ceramic coating is better, because then you kind of don't really need to use a drying aid. But if you have a drying towel, it's a dirty one, but this is an Auto Fiber Dreadnought. This is if you don't have any protection on your paint and you still need to dry it as safely as possible. We have Technician's Choice 582 ceramic detail spray and then an Auto Fiber Dreadnought towel. I'm gonna spray this liberally, generously, whatever you wanna say, all over the paint. And then we're gonna go with the drying towel, same way that you washed it, from top to bottom, and dry it. But I'm not gonna do that to this so that we don't scratch it. That's the great thing about the blower. You can use it to get all the water out of the cracks and crevices, like in the wheels and on the tires themselves, so you don't have to spend time like wiping off all the excess water. And then also in the front grille, it's super crucial to us because you can't really stick a towel in there individually, go in and out, in and out, in and out. So the blower is like super useful. So now you have a clean car, but this was a smaller vehicle. So the steps are not always the same for every single vehicle because the size does matter. On this one specifically, we're not gonna need anything extra, like a reacher tool, a mitt on a stick by Auto Fiber, for like if you wanna make it super easy to get the top of your truck or big lifted vehicle. You have matte black wheels, like the Method wheels. I forgot to refill this, but this right here, clutch, ceramic spray sealing. Actually, there's a car right here. These wheels exactly, like this setup exactly. And one thing that I can think of that you might need, if you have big tires and you have those matte black wheels, you need clutch and then you need decked out. This is our tire dressing of choice. It's expensive, but it's worth it. If you use like Meguiar's, what is it, Hot Shine, or any of the bullshit that you get from AutoZone, that shit's gonna sling all over your paint. So don't use it. It's silicone based, it's crap, it's cheap. That's why it slings all your paint, that's why it sucks. Get a 16 ounce of this, dilute it 1-to-1, and you won't run out of, if you're just doing your own car, you're not gonna run out of this shit for probably a year. I mean, unless you have humongous tires, but it's gonna last you a really long time. And if you're a detailer, you can dilute it 2-to-1 if you want a satin finish, and then 1-to-1 for like that nice shine. But again, it's not gonna sling all over your client's paint. It's not gonna sling over your paint. It's gonna last a super long time on the actual tire itself, so it's gonna stay shinier for longer because it's actually sticking properly. And then, yeah, clutch if you have matte black wheels of any kind. I know some Camrys, the TRD ones, the clutch works amazing. On the trim, this doesn't have much trim that's plastic, but you can put clutch on the trim as well. That's what we do on the running boards of your truck or lifted vehicle. And the last thing would be the windows, which is super simple. Do it when it's not hot, if you're at home or you're washing your own car. If you're a detailer, you use only DI water or distilled water or clean purified water and a towel or 2 towels if it's super hot. 1 wet, 1 dry. If you are in a cool, calm environment, get a little water, spray it on one side of your towel, fold it into 8ths or 4ths like we did for when we were washing the paint. Wet water, wet side, and then one side dry. Buff it, flip it, wipe it really quick, streak-free windows every time. You don't have to buy no fucking glass cleaner. If you do get a glass cleaner, this one's okay. But even though it says streak-free guaranteed, if it's hot, it's gonna leave streaks because the water evaporates quicker and it leaves behind the residue from the cleaner. So it's not possible for it to be streak-free when it's super hot. Once this is got clean windows and some tire shine, this thing's gonna look brand new. So, hope you enjoyed. not gonna be very steady because I don't have a gimbal, but I'll try and stabilize it. And I don't know what to say, but it's looking bad. Super simple, guys. Don't make it anything extra than it needs to be. Cheese.